Yes, my people, welcome back to another video. You join me today again with the Liverpool save. Now, as promised yesterday, we will be facing Barcelona today in the Champions League away at the Nou Camp. We obviously did this game last season in the third episode of this, I believe. This is now episode 16. Can you believe we've done 16 episodes already? And we won 2-0 last year, I believe, with, in fact, I could show you. Where is it? Barcelona. As we won 2-0 with Wirtz and Isaac getting on the score sheet. Now, today, we'll be facing Barcelona. Before we face Barcelona, we have some highlights to show you. Now, obviously, last time out, we played against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup and against Man City in the Premier League, and we won both. Since then, we have played 3 games. We beat Copenhagen 2-0, we beat Newcastle 2-0, and we beat Fulham 6-1. So, let's start with the Copenhagen results as Florian Wirtz assisted Milos Kerkez to open the scoring 3 minutes into this one. As hopefully this doesn't take too long to warm up. As here we go. As Salah picks the ball up and gives it to Wirtz. Szoboszlai. Wirtz takes it off Szoboszlai. Kerkez cutting inside and just passing it past the Copenhagen goalkeeper to make it 1-0, 3 minutes in. Kerkez and Wirtz linking up yet again, like they have done so many times so far in the year and a half we have played. And then Alexander Isak doubled our lead and sealed the game with a goal in the 68th minute. As Kerkez goes back to Gravenberch into Szoboszlai as Jones finds Kerkez. It ricochets in and around the box and Alexander Isak is there to tap it home and make it 2-0 on the night. And that was the goals in that game. After we played against Copenhagen, we then faced Newcastle away in the Premier League and we won 2-0. And Alexander Isak got himself on the score sheet in this game again as he opened the scoring again against Newcastle, scoring 2 years in a row, back to back at St James's Park. I'm sure Newcastle fans will not be very happy with that at all. As Szoboszlai whips in the corner, headed away but only as far to Isak, and it's an absolutely brilliant finish into the top right corner from Alexander Isak. The Newcastle fans absolutely furious with that. And with 15 minutes to go, Florian Wirtz sets up Tchouaméni, and Tchouaméni cuts in and smashes it past Aaron Ramsdale and into the net to make it a back-to-back 2-0 victories. Our final game in between the live comms that we will be doing and in between the 2 episodes was a 6-1 home demolition against Fulham, and Dominic Szoboszlai opened the scoring 3 minutes in this one. It's always good to get an absolute battering off because it's really nice, shows off a lot of goals as well, which is always nice to see. As Alisson, we play out from the back with Konate. Konate driving forward brilliantly and plays a great ball out to Chiesa. Chiesa running down the line, finds Bradley. Bradley finds Szoboszlai, and it's a brilliant strike from Szoboszlai to make it 1-0. Again, early on in the game. Fulham, however, do get one back pretty much straight after. As Everton 2 play out from the back as Kenny Tete does really well to win that header, and Brian Bobby is then running down the line, attacking Konate, pulls a great cross to the back post, and Robinson drives into the penalty area and taps it home to make it 1-1 and grab an equaliser for Fulham. But unfortunately for Fulham, the game just got completely away from them, as Florian Wirtz grabs his first of the night, as Leno claims the corner from Szoboszlai. Goes long to Kenny Tete, who tries to find the surging run from Canales, but Alisson claims. Alisson then rolls to Konate as Liverpool try and get out. They find Chiesa down the line, as Chiesa runs at Robinson and plays a brilliant ball into Wirtz, and Wirtz just passes it past Bernd Leno in net to make it 2-1 and get Liverpool back in the lead. Hugo Ekitike then gets on the score sheet with a Florian Wirtz. Did Wirtz score 4? Apparently Wirtz didn't score. Right. Wirtz did score 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bloody hell. Anyway, Ekitike then gets on the score sheet to make it 3-1, with Florian Wirtz turning provider for this one, as Gravenberch breaks free. Got a lot to do on his own here, does Ryan. Tries to, but he does well and cuts it back to Wirtz, and it falls to Ekitike. Okay, I thought that was the goal. Can't remember it now. As Van Dijk wins the header, Gravenberch finds Tchouaméni, who finds Wirtz and plays a first-time ball through to Ekitike, and it's a brilliant finish from Ekitike, who we of course know was offside. And that makes it 3-1. Wirtz then gets his second of the game, as Szoboszlai finds him at the edge of the area. It goes back to Szoboszlai, back to Wirtz, and he just passes it calmly into the bottom right to make it 4-1. And Wirtz, on a hat-trick now, gets that hat-trick as he slots home his penalty to make it a hat-trick and make it 5-1 to Liverpool. But Florian Wirtz was not done there, as he decided he wanted a fourth 2 minutes later, as Bradley gets the ball out wide, tries to find Chiesa but can't, but Chiesa picks the ball up loosely, and Gravenberch goes into Tchouaméni, into Wirtz, who plays a great switch out to Bradley. Bradley finds Chiesa and finds Wirtz, and Wirtz, first time, smashes it into the bottom corner to make it 4 and make it 6 for Liverpool on the night in a demolition against Fulham. And that was all she wrote. Now, Florian Wirtz is obviously having a very, very, very good season so far. Let's hope he can continue that into the game tonight against Barcelona. And our team for today, we've got Alisson in goal, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk and Kerkez, Tchouaméni, Gravenberch and McAllister, because we're just going to give Szoboszlai a bit of a rest. Chiesa on the right, as Salah is injured. Wirtz in the 10, the main man, and Alexander Isak leading the line. Let's get in to this Champions League tie against Barcelona at the Nou Camp. Let's go. Okay, and here we have the lineups for this Champions League fixture. As one key note here, as Lamine Yamal and Pau Kabasi both miss out, as Barcelona opt to go for Garcia in goal, Koundé, Araujo, Christensen and Balde in defence, with De Jong and Pedri in midfield. Ferran Torres on the right, Rafinha on the left, Dani Olmo in the 10 and Robert Lewandowski leading the line. No Lamine Yamal on the bench, so he must be injured, which we will not complain with at all in the slightest. Now let's watch the best graphics I have ever seen. as we show the Liverpool lineup as the Champions League music begins and the boys are getting ready to come out with a Champions League ball, looking lovely. As Lewandowski gets us underway for this game. Let's keep the winning run going as we face Barcelona. As Isak coming away with the ball now. Cuts inside and does brilliantly, but Ballon does well to defend against him. As Ferran Torres now. Can he do better than Isak did? Up against Wirtz. Ferran Torres does really well and pulls a cross in. Rafinha heads just over though. Early signs of trouble from Barcelona as Liverpool yet to register a shot. Gravenberch goes into Kerkez. McAllister does well but can't get a shot on target, and Lewandowski picks the ball up, but Frimpong dispossesses him and finds Tchouaméni, who finds Chiesa. Chiesa pulls it back to Isak. It's a brilliant Liverpool goal, but I fear Chiesa may have been offside in the build-up. As we go to VAR, and VAR confirmed that the goal is disallowed. Federico Chiesa was indeed offside in the build-up to that goal, as he just made his run too early and was standing in an offside position, but he does well to pull it back, and it's a great finish from Isak. Hopefully that gives him confidence to do the same thing again. It's Christensen now. Torres cutting inside and doing well. Ferran Torres, it's a good save by Alisson, one that he had to make. It's half an hour in now as Real Madrid find themselves 1-0 up against City, and Rafinha with the free kick. Just over by Rafinha. Barcelona seem to be causing more trouble than Liverpool so far, as Liverpool yet to even register a shot on target in this game. Quick shouting of demand more. Hopefully they can give us something to end the half with. As Gravenberch picks the ball up, finds Chiesa down the line. Chiesa cutting in, goes to Tchouaméni. McAllister gives it to Isak. Kerkez now finds Wirtz. It's a good counter attack by Liverpool. Goes back to Chiesa. That's Kerkez. It's a good save by Garcia. There's a corner to Liverpool. McAllister tries to find Kerkez with a run but can't. It's Garcia now with the ball. Goes long to Balde. There's a good switch. Rafinha now goes back to Pedri. Barcelona keeping hold of the ball nicely here. As Balde finds Lewandowski. Lewandowski. There's a good save by Alisson, and it was an even better line by Liverpool. Lewandowski just straight offside there. And we go into the break. Level 0-0. So far, with Barcelona dictating the play so far in the first half. As Alexander Isak gets us underway for the second half. There's Araujo with the free kick for Barcelona. Goes short to Koundé. Koundé gives it back to Torres. And now Olmo. Barcelona doing well to keep the ball here as Rafinha breaks through. Plays a good cross into Lewandowski. And it's a brilliant header from Robert Lewandowski. And he puts Barcelona 1-0 up. There's a great ball out to Rafinha. And then Rafinha with a good ball in the box. And Lewandowski gets up before Van Dijk and Konate. There's a great header into the corner past the outstretched arms of Alisson. Liverpool yet to get going here. As we're lacking a lot of creativity. I'm going to have to make changes here, aren't I? Alisson had a good game, but Isak not doing anything. Wirtz not doing anything. Chiesa not doing anything, but we don't really have anyone that can come on for Chiesa. We could do this and then go Chiesa. Do that for now. Half an hour still left in this match. Hopefully the tactical change can get us something and get us going here. As we are struggling to even create here at Barcelona. Which is something we haven't yet seen so far this season. The Szoboszlai comes on for Gravenberch, and Robertson comes on for Kerkez. 15 minutes to go here. Into the final 10 minutes now as Garcia has the ball in his hands. Goes long, but it's won by Van Dijk. Ekitike then picks up the loose ball and goes to Frimpong. Frimpong running at Rafinha. Gives it back to Tchouameni, who plays it to Guerra, who finds Curtis Jones with a lovely ball. Curtis Jones just can't manage to put it in the net as he just lifts it over the bar. As Frimpong now with the throw. Throws it to absolutely nobody. Rafinha then plays it to Olmo. Olmo back into the Rafinha. Back to Olmo. Back to Rafinha. As Dro now finishes the game off for Barcelona. Makes it 2. And that should put the game out of sight for Liverpool. As the 18-year-old scores his first goal potentially for Barcelona. So there's 5 minutes to go here. If we get a goal now, there still could be a chance. As Szoboszlai goes into Robertson. Curtis Jones tries to find the forward runner Guerra. Guerra cuts it back. Robertson now to McAllister and Szoboszlai. Garcia makes the save. It goes out for a corner. Into the final minute now. And I think this game is coming to an end. As the whistle goes, Barcelona win 2-0 at Nou Camp. Which is disappointing, and we are now out of the top 8. With hopefully still time left to go to qualify into the top 8. As the Champions League now becomes a thing of priority. With the Premier League going really well, the FA Cup yet to start. I think we're going to have to go for the Champions League games. As I won't play this game because it's against Crawley. Final's a bit too close, really. No, I guess we could do Feyenoord. We could do Feyenoord and maybe we do the Carabao Cup actually. Or do I skip a big portion of the season and do these 2 Champions League games? The FA Cup will be in here actually at some point as well. Right, I'll be back tomorrow for more of this save. I'm not too sure what I will be back with. It will either be the Carabao Cup, or it will either be Feyenoord, or later down the line, maybe Napoli. But if you want to see that video, then don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, don't forget to comment down below what saves you want to see from me in the future. Follow my peer Twitch, follow my Twitter, and I will see you very soon. Peace.